Hello there. Happy Thursday evening. I wanted to come on and follow up from my video earlier today about what's been coming through for me around this virus that we're experiencing at a global level. And what has come clear for me most is that while it is a very practical, a very real, and a very valid experience, it's also how we are relating to ourselves and how we're relating to it that is the real issue, that is the real grit, but that is also the beautiful opportunity. And so what I've been noticing is that this energy, even the name of the virus has to do with the crown chakra. It has to do with information that's coming in. And what I've learned through my breathwork training with David Elliott is that most things come through thought forms. So it comes through things that we hear when we're growing up, things that we start to buy into, ways that we perceive things that happen, and then we create this belief system and this thought pattern. And then this thought pattern starts to come into our body as a feeling. And then if that feeling stays there for longer than 20 minutes, it starts to turn into an emotion, an energy that's in motion in our body. And then that emotion starts to land somewhere in the body if it doesn't get expelled and released. So these thought forms come in through the crown chakra, and then they land in our body, and then it hosts there. So similar to when we have a negative thought pattern that comes in about trust, love, our worthiness, money, relationships, health, etc., those things come in and they land in our body. And with breath work, what happens is that you get to breathe in a particular way that actually moves your energy and the focus down into your body versus nostril breathing and focusing on the mind. The mouth breathing really brings you into your body, into your heart, into the other energy centers in your body. And the breath starts to do the work. The breath knows exactly where to go. The breath knows exactly what to do. So the breath goes in and it starts to clear out some of that energy that's been trapped in the body. No matter how much therapy, no matter how much coaching, no matter how much mindset work, no matter how much consciousness work you're doing, because I did all of that stuff too, and when I found breath work, something else released and started clearing out of my body that I thought had been gone, but I also knew was still showing up in certain ways in my life. So what happens when these negative thought forms come into our body is that they get trapped. So what's happening with, let's say, a global collective conscious of fear around a virus is that those energies are trying to come in through the crown chakra and find some place in your body to land. So one of the first things that you can do to protect yourself is obviously practical and realistic and valid. Washing your hands, keeping your immunity, staying inside if you're sick, don't expose others, try to reduce the exposure that you're having. All of the things that we're reading about that you can get access and information to. But what is also happening is just being very aware of how you are relating to yourself and how you're relating to the issue that's at hand. And so we're given this amazing opportunity right now. I mean, this is like, if you haven't been able to get it through your relationships, through love, through disease and health, through consciousness work, through your finances, through your work in the world, if you haven't been able to click or step into that, then you're being given an opportunity to do that now. And so one of my philosophies for not only my life, but also the work that I do with others is that you have the opportunity to use everything in your life for your healing, for your growth, and for your expansion. And trust me, I have used this philosophy for a lot of things that I've been experiencing in my life, not only just this past year, but years prior. And this is an opportunity that we each have. So for those of you that are conscious, that are seeking, that are wanting to wake up, or that are already woke and wanting to continue waking up, use this. This is such an amazing opportunity. This is the beautiful grit. That is why I named my podcast that, because whatever grit we are experiencing in our life, we can use it for our healing, our growth, and our expansion. So today on the Rise group coaching, something was really coming forward for me. And I mentioned it earlier this week in one of my stories, and that was around our voice. So one thing that I feel and that I've been downloading around this event that's happening is that, there's been a lot of excessive shadow masculine energy just in general on a global, on a collective conscious level. So that comes through like patriarchy and just where we stand as women and our energy as women, and are we valued as women, are we respected as women, are we using our voice as women, or are we still kind of feeling trapped in being nice or not being able to speak our truth, or feeling like we can't totally be honest, or if we really want to show up the way we want to show up in our businesses, that we're going to be considered mean or a bitch, or just all of these things. It's like I can't even really communicate it all because there's just so much. But that's what's been going on with my voice the past few days. And what was coming up for me in the Rise group coaching is that like we are being given an opportunity as women to reside in love, to reside in the divine feminine energy. And we're given an opportunity. We can choose fear or we can choose love. So it's really moment to moment. Which one are you going to be choosing? And this is like a spiritual practice. Spiritual practice is not just getting your nails done, although sometimes I like to do that. It's not just taking a bath, although I did that last night because sometimes it feels great. But it's really about these moment by moment opportunities that we have to check in with. How am I relating to myself? How am I relating to the issue that's going on? And what am I choosing at the end of it? What truth am I choosing to buy into? And this opportunity for women right now to really be the light, to hold the light, to stand in truth, and to be upright. And fast forward through the day, I kept just getting more information of like, yes, this is about love. It's about love. It's about love. Choosing love. Choosing to love my body. Choosing to honor my body. Making choices to simplify my life. Making choices to return to ancient art of candle making and rituals and ceremony, not just ceremony with the moon circle twice a month, which I also love, but just ceremony of what do I do when I take an orange? Do I just peel it and shove it in my mouth, or am I actually pausing and looking at this amazing, beautiful piece of fruit? It's like we have a fruit tree outside in our yard, and I see how long it takes those lemons to come to fruition. How am I showing up in ritual, in simplicity, in slowing down, in pausing? And I feel like that's one of the other gifts that all of this is giving, is to really slow down, to come back to self, to come back to our home, to come back to what is true and what is sacred and what is real for us, and really remember what is really important. It's like then I had another business call during my day today, and I was talking with this person, and he was asking me like, what do you really want in life, in your work? And I said, honestly, to help people who are suffering, because I see it everywhere. I see just suffering, whether it's again through a breakup or love or infertility or disease or addiction or divorce or debt or financial trouble or creative blocks or whatever it is, spiritual disconnection, not loving oneself. And what I've been attempting to do in the Beautiful Grit podcast is to really show you that whatever issue you have, it's like I'm taking you through the same process. If you go back and listen to the Beautiful Grit, the episodes, we're on episode, I'm going to be launching it today, 32, that there are so many different things, grittiness of human life that's happening, but all of that human grit is there because it's how your soul awakens, it's how your soul learns, it's how your soul is doing whatever it needs and whatever it requires to be able to move on to the next experience through your human body, through your human life, through your human vehicle. And so that is my mission, right? And that is what's really important. Would I love to have a bigger home with a pool? Of course, right? Who wouldn't love to have that? But is that something that I need or I have to have? No, because I've been so blessed to have been sick and have a disease as a young child and have a near-death experience and go through alcoholism and recovery and go through not knowing if I was ever going to be able to have kids and then miraculously being able to have one and leave a job that I hated and start doing something that I love and going through a divorce and being able to find my center and find my peace and my joy and not allow that to be taken away, and to be a parent and to make mistakes and to forgive myself. All of these things give me the opportunity that my soul is seeking in this life. And so, yes, of course, we always want to have better experiences of the human tangible life, but is that everything? No, because I've also been blessed to coach and serve very wealthy people that have all the things that I would think I would ever need or want in order to be at peace or to be happy. And I will tell you that that is not their reality. They are also still looking for the same things that you're looking for. They're looking for, who am I? What am I doing here? And how can I actually do that in a way that I can take care of myself and my family, but I can still be at peace? And so then I moved out of that conversation and I moved into the mastermind. And when I was serving the mastermind women, what really came forward for me was the card that I pulled before I got on the mastermind call. And this comes from the Sahara Rose deck. And the card that I pulled was this one. And you know what this really says is the yamas, which is the 8 stages of yoga of universal morality. Universal morality. If you think about all the things that are going awry, unaligned, that are not loving, that are not coming from the heart in our globe, in our world, I mean, you know, there has to be a wake-up call. There has to be something to shake it up because there's only so much that our earth can hold. There's only so much that humans can hold, whether individually or collectively. And so what it says in here is it says upright. That is the word that it says. And that was something that had been coming through earlier today. And then it says your kindness, compassion, and generosity beam all around you. The compassion you display to all living things does not go unnoticed. Only honesty flows from your lips. You seek and speak words seeped in truth. You display honor in your non-stealing because your deep sense of control. You focus on what truly matters and have let go of excess belongings, practicing non-possessiveness. Continue shedding all that does not serve you. What are we giving an opportunity to do right now? Literally, we're being shed of everything and really being asked to come back to center, to who we truly are. Continue shedding all that doesn't serve you as you blossom closer to your highest self. So again, it's like everything in life, all of the grit gives us these beautiful opportunities to return to who we truly are and what we're actually doing here and what are we meant to learn while we are here. And so last, I just wanted to share that I was going to be holding a breathwork event tomorrow with the co-founder of, actually not co-founder, the founder of Apothene Candles, Jacqueline. We were going to be doing this collaborative event where she was going to teach us the ancient art of making candles. Again, it was really an event that was intended to slow down, to come back to center, to come back to ancient rituals. That's something that inspired me to do the moon circles and to have fire ceremonies, was because I wanted to come back to, what are we really doing here? What are some of these ancient rituals and traditions that used to keep us connected? Not only connected to one another, but connected to our highest self. And so we were going to be doing this candle making of really slowing down. If you think about the process of making your own candle, it's going to require that you bring intention and focus to pouring the wax in. And as we're pouring it, we're going to be infusing it with our intentions. I cannot think of a more divine time to be able to infuse something with your choice of what you're actually choosing, fear or love, and putting that into a candle, so that every single time you light that candle, you are lighting that intention again. You are bringing that forward into yourself, into your life, and you're bringing that light into the world through who you are and how you show up. So then we were going to breathe. And we were going to have time, right? It was going to be a slower ceremony because then the wax needs to dry and solidify. So instead of doing the event in person, I still want to honor those of you that did sign up and that do want to come and that do want to be part of this. That we're going to do the event virtually. And so how that's going to work is we reduce the price of the event. So we are actually really going to be giving our time and our intention and our service pretty much complimentary. And the amount of the workshop is going from $50 to $33, and that's going to cover the candle and also the shipping of the candle. So what we're going to do is we're going to show up, and Jacqueline is going to take us through what this ancient art is of pouring and making your own candles. She's also going to have your intention that you want to put into the candle ahead of time. As you sign up for it, you're going to enter that into the form. You're also going to choose your preferred scent for your candle. And then she's going to make the candles, and we're going to sync up when she's making the candles so that I can also send virtual Reiki energy to the candles. Simultaneously, though, this is going to give us an opportunity to start opening our aperture and opening up the dimensions from which we live, we work, and we connect to spiritually and energetically. So what you're going to be doing as you're doing the breath work is you're going to be channeling that energy and bringing that to your candle, because your candle will be there somewhere. And so this is also giving us an amazing opportunity. Sorry, I've been talking so much. To practice how to send that there. It's going to give us this opportunity to up level and to upgrade in our spiritual gifts. So that's what's happening tomorrow night. It's going to be from 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's a link for you to register. You'll enter all the information as you're signing up for the event, and then you'll have your candle shipped to you. And I just really want to acknowledge Jacqueline for being flexible, for moving with what needs to happen and how we can really show up and be of service to those of you that are interested in joining. And then after the event, you'll have the experience of the breath work to really work through if there's anything that is coming up for you, because for a lot of you, there might be a lot of stuff coming up. So that's okay. It just gives us an opportunity to process it and then really return back to this state of love and full embodiment in who we are and this grounded and uprighted energy. Then the next thing that I'm offering, and it was already on the books, but it's really divine timing, and I'm super excited that I paid attention to my intuition and I followed it, because there's going to be another virtual workshop on the beautiful grit. So you're going to be able to use, if there's anything that is you're still bumping up against, or that you're still feeling fear about, or that you're realizing, okay, I'm not in fear about the virus anymore, but that just stirred up a whole bunch of other stuff for me that I realized wasn't there, but that's actually there. Then I want you to bring that to the workshop. So that workshop is $22. It's going to be me taking you through this experience of what I do on the Beautiful Grit, but you're going to be able to do it with yourself. So I want to be able to serve more people than just one person at a time on the podcast. So if you sign up for it and you're not able to come live, that's okay. You're going to get a replay of the virtual workshop, and you're also going to get the ebook for you to be able to practice it and continue moving through. The next thing that I'm offering is another virtual workshop on the following day, March 18th, for the spring equinox. So this is also going to be a really important energy to be able to hold as we're moving through all of this energy, because we're going to be springing forward. We're going to be experiencing a rebirth. And if a larger group of us can really be coming from an embodied place, from a very deep, connected place, and from the heart, right? This deep, deep place inside of us of love. This is actually going to support the energy that's moving through right now. So make sure you sign up for that virtual workshop on breathwork on March 18th. That's $22 also. And then last, what I'm doing is I am shifting the in-person new moon circle that I was going to be having on March 24th. I'm going to be shifting that to March 25th, and that's going to be a 2-hour moon circle. And we will start to additionally set intentions for this next month ahead. This is also going to be really important, because you're going to want to make sure that you're really clear on where you are astrologically moving forward for the next month. Again, the more of us that can bear this light, that can be the light warriors, that can hold in this love warrior energy, the more that that's going to lift that vibration, and we're going to be able to support and do some of the work for those that aren't there yet. And just also know that if you are one of those people, if you are empathic, if you are sensitive, if you do feel a lot of things, if you do notice a lot of this work happening, make sure that you're additionally taking extra good care of yourself, meaning like stopping when you need a break, pausing if you need to breathe, coming back to your center, your why, your mission, your purpose, your core values. If you don't know your core values, make sure you go onto my website and you sign up for your core values. If you're not clear on your why you're here, if you're not clear on your ideal vision for your life and how you're showing up every single day, that's another free download. Make sure you connect with that. If you're not understanding how to really love yourself, make sure you check out the self-love course. That's also just $22. It takes you through like a 7-step process of really how to love yourself. I give you a lot of the tools that I do in my one-on-one coaching. Obviously, I'm not there coaching you, but you can have access to them through that course. So I do have a lot of opportunities coming up for you. If you are ready to be held, if you're ready to wake up, if you're ready to up level, if you're ready to upgrade. That was a question that also came up in the Rise Group coaching today. What's the difference between an up leveling and what's the difference between an upgrade? An upgrade has a lot to do with your capacity, your aperture. It has a lot to do with your gifts and your attunement and your awareness. So your upgrading may startle your vision, or it may startle your hearing, or it may startle your heart, or your your rituals that used to like really open you up may not be working anymore. So if you've been kind of bumping up against that, it might be time to start investigating some new ones. Maybe breath work is one. Maybe some of the other tools that I can share with you are some. And then up leveling really means that, I have been operating at this level for a while, and I can feel something's like pushing me to that next level, and oftentimes we're not there yet, and we're in this very strange liminal space. So it's about knowing the tools of how to be gentle and kind and loving with ourselves when we're up leveling. Oftentimes when you're up leveling, your rituals that used to work don't work, your meditations, you're becoming extra sensitive to foods or to external information or music or etc. And so it's like you're up leveling because, and it's gonna feel uncomfortable because it's kind of like you're like that, that butterfly pushing out of the cocoon. So again, I just want to support all of you. I want you to know that this can be a gift, this can be a blessing. And last but not least, the number one way to be present to dark energy, and the breathwork teacher David Elliott talks about this a lot, is that dark energy looks for when we are not conscious and when we're not happy. That's how it comes in, and that's how it lands, and that's where it finds a place. So as much as you can, be appreciating yourself, be giving gratitude, be loving to yourself. Even just simply saying, I love myself, I accept myself, I respect myself, I am, and looking in your own eyes in the mirror, it's like it's not going to be able to land as softly in that space. If you're laughing, if you're having fun, if you're being in joy with the people that you're having to come into close contact with, find ways to be curious, find ways to play, find ways to have fun and to laugh. That dark energy can't really sit as long or as well when we are in that higher vibration energy. So I've gone on for a very long time, but I did want to share what was in my heart with you and just let you know that I am holding the light. I am just shining the light, and I do hope to see you in the virtual breathwork tomorrow with Apothene for the candle making, in the virtual workshop on the beautiful grit on Tuesday the 17th, also the virtual breathwork for the spring equinox on March 18th, and then the virtual breathwork moon circle on March 25th. Peace.